Hey guys, so this is my vlog for Blood of Beasts for the day. It is June 1st. I can't believe it's June 1st, like time is going by so fast this year, but it's June 1st, my vlog for Blood of Beasts. As you guys know, yesterday I wrote some of the scene completely fell out of not only the scene but the story, what was going on. I completely just lost it. So I was at 800 and some odd words and I wrote to stretch out his thoughts and emotions and ended up writing a flashback between him and Jindy to kind of carry the scene, and it got me to 1,300 words, which hit my word count for the day. So even though I was out of it, I still was able to hit my word count yesterday. That was a relief. That was chapter 14. So it's June 1st. Tonight, we watched the new episode of Kenobi, the third episode. So my head is in Star Wars, but I came into this and I realized some of my problem with this. So some of my problem is right now I have an editing client. Let me put my phone. Yeah, okay. Right now I have an editing client and they need half of their book done, which is 60,000 words just for half of it. They need that done by June 10th. And so I'm feeling the pressure. So lately my pattern has been to come in, get my writing done first, because for me it's a bigger priority. Not necessarily bigger, but I want to do it while my creativity is fresh for the day. So come in, write, then edit, and get 2 chapters a day done edited, which should help me finish it by the deadline. But tonight, I wasn't feeling writing again because yesterday I fell out of it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get my editing done first and I'll go from there. So I did it, got my editing done about 8 o'clock. And I'm like, I felt relaxed. Like, because I had the editing done, I wasn't distracted and I already had it done by 8 o'clock. So I was like, I have got literally the rest of the night to just relax and take my time hitting my word count for the night. So I don't have to rush. I can take my time. So with no other priorities, I was able to give a greater amount of attention to the scene and take my time. I think the part of the problem is not only am I at a sketchy part in the story where I kind of like hit the big climax and I don't know what I'm doing. So I think part of the problem was not only am I at a sketchy part in the story where I don't exactly know where I'm going and I've hit the climax and so I kind of have a new direction to take the story, but that every time I go to write, subconsciously I'm thinking I have more stuff to do. So my goal is to try to hit the word count and go quickly, and it's become a job. Like, I just got to get the count done for today and get it done so I can do other stuff. And I'm associating it with work where, okay, I come in, I sit down, I write, I edit. That's all work and I got to get my work done for the night. Whereas if I edit first, I've already got my work done for the day. And so the rest of the evening, I'm thinking I have free time to write. I can take my time with this. I don't have to rush. I can take hours to get to the word count as opposed to having to get it done quickly first so that I know that I have enough time to edit. And I think that's been my problem because tonight I felt relaxed. And so I wasn't into the scene yesterday, but today I came in, all right, you're not into it. So what can you change to make yourself into it, to change it up? And I was able to take my time and think about that because I'd already gotten my editing done for the day. And I think part of me was subconsciously racing to get my editing or my writing done so that I could get my editing done to make sure that I was doing it right for the day. So, with all that in mind, tonight I wrote 1,364 words, but I was a lot more into it and I was a lot more into the scene tonight than I was yesterday. So, I wrote chapter 15 tonight. And again, I wrote 1,364 words, so I just reached 23,331 words. That includes a paragraph of notes for the next scene, which is going to be tomorrow, and it's another climactic kind of reveal moment. But I'm really happy with it. Last night, my husband and I came up with a different idea as opposed to them just going to dealerships to try to find the van. I found a different way to bring in them finding the van, and it made it a little bit more exciting. It made it feel like a bit more of a mystery. And I really liked it, and so I was really into the scene, and I honestly got really immersed into it. So I think this works a lot better, and I think it's better off if I get my editing done first, because then I can just be like relaxing while I'm getting my writing done, and I think that works much better. So real quick, I'm going to give you a glimpse of what I wrote tonight. So again, I wrote chapter 15. So I wrote, if I can get this to clear, 1,364 words out of 23,331. So that's what I wrote. So trying to avoid spoilers. So that's what I wrote for the night. And I'm really happy with it. And like I said, I was really into it this time. And I think I need to write first, edit second, and that'll keep me into it. So I'm going to post this for the day. And this is, again, my update on writing Blood of Beasts for June 1st. So I started at 8 and I finished around 8:40. So I wrote this in about 40 minutes. So that's my vlog for the day. So it is 2:40 p.m. I literally just woke up an hour ago, got my Bible study done. That's how I always start my day off. And it's June 2nd. No, I haven't gotten any writing done. My ultimate desire was to come in here and write like a superstar and get a ton of this book done, Blood of Beasts. And somewhere inside that fantasy, I played out this scenario where miraculously I was able to finish it in a couple of days. And then I get on here and I haven't even pulled up the document yet. I am just opening the folder of the folder of the folder that it belongs in. So I opened up my stories folder. I'm looking at the folder that says random stories I'm writing, because that's where I put all my random stories. And I'm already dreading it. I'm already not feeling the story. I'm clicking on random stories. I'm clicking on Blood of Beasts, the folder. And now I'm clicking on the actual document itself. And I don't think I'm feeling it. So my ultimate goal of writing a crap ton and getting a huge chunk of it done, I'm at 23,335 words, including my notes. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm on chapter 16. 23,000 words out of 60. Man, like, I just want to be done with this book. Not that I don't like it or anything, but like, I kind of just want to be done with it. Yeah, I did the math. That's 37,000 words, which, I mean, isn't bad. My word count, like, that I've done in a 10-hour period, my highest word count I've ever done has been 36,000. So it's not unrealistic if I had the whole day to literally just sit and write. But obviously when my sister gets home from work, I got stuff to do there. I have editing at some point to do, and I'd like to hang out with my cousin at some point, hopefully on Discord, so later tonight, if that goes through well. So yeah, I can't just sit and write for hours. But I could just sit and write for hours now because I have the time. See how much I can get done. But on the other hand, I'm not feeling it. So should I force it? Because if I force it, it may suck. And this is another important climax in the book. So I don't think I should force it. I think I should wait till I'm feeling it and just deal with the fact that I still have this novel to work on. See, that's my problem. When I'm writing a novel, I always hit this point. Usually it's when I'm close to finishing it, so I'm close to 50K, or I'm already past 50K. At some point, I always hit this thing where I just want to be done with the book. So I write and write and write and write like a crazy maniac and get it finished. Sometimes, as I said, I've already hit 50K, so writing like a maniac is not that big of a deal because all I have to do is just end the story. So I write 2,000 or 3,000 words or whatever I need to in order to finish the story, tie up loose ends, and end it. If I'm before 50K, usually I'd be in the 40s somewhere, the 40,000 range, and so I would just write like crazy till I get to 50K and boom, the book's done. Of course, ending the storyline along with that. I always feel that way, and that's usually every book I do this. The difference with this one is that I'm feeling it now at 23,000, and to be in the contest you have to have 60,000 words, and I'm just not feeling the story anymore. I got inspired yesterday, which worked out really well and stuff, and I'm inspired in the general thought that I really want this next scene to come to pass, and I like this climax. But once this is over, I kind of just want
to resolve the plot and be done with this book. But then it would be more of a novella. And I don't know if I can still be in the contest or be an option to win if it's too short. But I've heard from different people that you don't want to force a book to be a book. Like, you write the story and then you finish the story. So long as it feels like a complete story, the word count does not matter if it's complete. And so sometimes that means that you don't want to end it too soon, you don't want to rush it, you know, that sort of thing. Other times, like this, if it's a complete story, you do not want to add too much fluff, because if it's meant to be a short 25k, you know, novella, then trying to drag it out to 60k is going to slow down the book and make it to where it's not good. But I do this a lot, where I write these short stories and I have no desire to make it longer than it should be. I did that with, well, Princess of Beasts. I was in the Children of Chaos series for a time, and they had a word count of 40k. Like, you had to not go over that. So they wanted those to be short. So that one was understandable. But the other one, my second Children of Chaos novel before I was kicked out of the series, was The Enchanter's Sacrifice. And when I was writing it, I was trying to get it to 40k, and I came to this point where they escaped the city, and so my goal was, okay, now they're going to go on this long epic adventure, and it's going to get me from 20k to 40k, and then we're going to end it there. I skipped the entire journey and went right into the ending, and I ended it, and I read it and I felt like it wasn't rushed. I could add more to it, but it's not like it was rushed or anything else. I just skipped a journey that did not necessarily need to be there. And so that's one of the examples where it wouldn't add fluff, but it wouldn't necessarily rush it either. This one, and that's the thing, is I can't predict if this book is going to need that many more words, or if it's going to be fine the way it is. But the ultimate problem with this is that I cannot enter the contest, and that's my entire reason and desire to write this book. I mean, I did want to write my first mystery novel, which, if it ends up a novella, it's my first mystery, but it would be considered a novella, not a novel. But my main desire was to write that contest because I really, really want to win. So in conclusion, I have no idea what I'm doing. So, I talked with my mom, I've prayed about things. I still don't have a solid yes or no one way or the other, give up on it or keep going. So right now, I'm going to take a step back from it and just focus today on editing and getting as much editing done of this book that I'm doing for a client, getting as much of it done as I can. And I feel like that's the best way to use my time right now, and it gives me a step back away from Blood of Beasts and gives me a chance to assess the situation and make a decision when I feel more like God's leading me one direction or another. So that's my conclusion for today. It's still June 2nd. Y'all, I did it. It's still June 2nd. It is now 5:39. I think I started writing about 5 o'clock, and I forced myself to write it. The scene took a very dark change, but I got through it. It was really emotional, really dramatic, and I've written, let's highlight this. I can't show you guys it because it's a lot of spoilers, but I wrote 1,050 words, which is not quite my word count, but I'm still okay, and it was over 1,000 words written today, y'all, so I'm excited, given that I was ready to give up on this blasted book. So I wrote chapter 16, it came to a really dramatic conclusion, and now I gotta move on and keep going and just kind of see where the book takes me is kind of my conclusion that I've come to. And just write and see what happens, and if it feels right to end the book, then I will, and I'm not going to worry about word count from now on. I'm just going to write the story as it needs to be told, and we'll go from there. So that's my vlog for June 6th. I can't believe that this happened, and it's all thanks to God, because as I started writing, He inspired me and ended up taking a turn, and a dramatic, very dramatic, tragic turn. So we did it. I did it, y'all. That's crazy. So that's my update for Blood of Beasts today for June 6th.